Belal Muhammad has unfollowed Islam Makhachev. So in a turn of events, it looks like Belal has cut ties with Islam by unfollowing him on Instagram, and this could only mean that the super fight between the two will in fact happen, despite both of them saying they will never fight each other. Islam recently said that if anyone was going to become a triple champ, it was going to be him, and maybe this statement alone was considered as fight words for Belal. Regardless, I would love to see this matchup happen, because as much as people think Islam will easily win this, I think Belal can make it a tough fight and possibly even get the win. But what do you think?
The biggest betrayal storyline in the UFC since Conor and Khabib. Is the brotherhood between Belal Muhammad and Team Khabib officially dead? Has the prospect of UFC gold finally shattered one of MMA's strongest alliances? Shocking reports emerged this week, claiming the reigning welterweight champion Belal Muhammad has unfollowed Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, and Umar Nurmagomedov across social media platforms. But is this real beef or just another internet rumor? And what does this mean for Islam's widely reported plans to move up and challenge for a second belt?
What happens if Islam decides to go to 170?
For me, I would never fight Islam.
Let's assume you beat Usman. Let's assume you beat Shavkat.
I'm calling out Driscus.
Is that what you do? You go to
100%.
85?
I think at least two more, then I can start talking about one middleweight.
So that's what you would do.
Yeah.
Islam would go to 70 and you go to 85.
One fan put it perfectly. Gold is thicker than water. Another stated bluntly, they fighting 100%. But before we jump to conclusions, let's break down everything we know about this developing situation that could completely reshape the UFC's championship landscape. Before we examine the current drama, we need to understand just how deep this relationship goes. Belal Muhammad didn't just casually train with Team Khabib. He literally flew 5,960 miles to Dagestan before his championship bout against Leon Edwards at UFC 304.
It was wild because I try to think back to it. And for me, at first, it was like, I told you so. I told you I could beat Leon. That was my mindset the whole time. I didn't want to even think about the belt. You guys thought I was going to lose to him. I had to live with it for 3 years of everybody telling me I'm going to lose to this guy. He would have beat you the last 4 rounds. He would have killed you. And for myself, for that, it was just like, I told you I could do it. I told you I was better than him. And his coach and his team were all talking trash to me before the fight. So just to rub it in their face. But then for me to be able to wear the title, right? And to be able to carry my flag with the title and to show people what's possible. Because I see what's going on right now in the world. For Palestine, for them to have a champion right now, for them to have a win from that fight, that meant more than anything.
In Belal's own words, he went there to do a lot of specific drilling with Khabib Nurmagomedov's team. And this wasn't just a one-time thing. Muhammad has trained multiple times with the Dagestani crew and has consistently expressed nothing but admiration and respect for them in interviews. This partnership clearly paid dividends when Belal finally captured UFC gold. But success changes everything, especially when championship aspirations collide.
When Khabib walks into the room, it's like an army. Like there's no joking around. There's discipline like no other. Every single one of these guys is a monster. Their technique is just like flawless. The training is just a lot harder. 155 lightweight Khabib, obviously a monster. I rolled with him back then. He still has the same technique and he's just a lot heavier on you. He still has the same cardio, the same strength. It's just a different level. Being a Muslim and being around all those guys, like we're training, killing each other, right after we're praying at the mosque right there. It just brings you closer to God in general. And it gets your mind off of the stresses of the daily life in America.
Islam Makhachev has made it abundantly clear that he's eyeing a second UFC championship. In January, the lightweight king stated, "I don't see a lot of work to do in my division. I beat almost everybody. I am thinking about moving up to 170, and I can stay there. I don't want to make any statements."
You were offered the title fight with Islam Makhachev right after that fight. All this time, all you wanted is another chance to fight Islam.
I want it so bad, and when they offered it, I was thinking, yeah, maybe should I take risk or not. I already took the risk in the first fight, and like, I don't want to go there again, not be ready 100%.
What are your thoughts on Islam?
Islam, he's a very good, well-rounded fighter. Everybody like think like he's unbeatable, no one can beat him, and I don't know why like people don't believe like someone can beat Islam versus Volkanovski. Islam looked bad. My opinion, he looked bad because of jet lag. You see, Arman Sarukian gonna fight in November, Madison Square Garden versus Islam or Poirier. He's gonna dominate him, win him, be a champion in 27 years old.
With Alexander Volkanovski dispatched twice and Arman Tsarukyan recently defeated, Islam appears to be running out of compelling challenges at 155 pounds. The natural progression? Move up and make history as another double champion. There's just one massive obstacle standing in his way: his brother-in-arms, Belal Muhammad.
Do you think Islam moves up?
He's going to wait until Belal Jack Della Maddalena fight, and if JDM wins, he's going to go up and fight for that belt. But I don't think the UFC would strip Islam, because he deserves it. Beating Volk, beating Poirier, and then Volk again. The Moicano one was very
You went pretty hard on Moicano, right?
He's never going to fight for the lightweight title again. He shouldn't have forfeited that time. He didn't deserve it, but he got the title shot. But when you go asleep, you just wake back up. Go asleep. Go out on your shield.
How you can tap? Go sleep. Go sleep.
Will Paddy ever become UFC lightweight champion?
Last month, rumors began circulating that Belal had unfollowed Team Khabib on social media. Those initial reports were quickly dismissed as false. But now, the allegations have resurfaced with greater intensity. MMA Pack on Instagram boldly claimed, Belal Muhammad has unfollowed Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam and Umar. This report sent shockwaves throughout the MMA community, with fans and pundits alike speculating about a major falling out between the former allies. One X user, @DanKR1NSP353, didn't hold back. Belal made a huge mistake thinking Khabib and his team were his friends. @TaylorMMA added fuel to the fire. Belal can't afford to be losing friends. While @BenShelly Music summed up what many were thinking: gold is thicker than water. But is there actually beef brewing between these UFC stars? A quick investigation of Muhammad's social media accounts suggests this might all be smoke without fire. An ex-user named @JJ, the GOAT KSI fan, shared screenshots of Muhammad's following list with a definitive statement. UFC Reddit is lying, claiming Belal unfollowed Islam and Khabib, but just want to clear it's all fake news. In what seems to be a clear response to the speculation, Belal himself reshared this post on his account, apparently confirming that he still follows the Dagestani fighters on both Instagram and X. Even if the unfollowing rumors are false, there's still the looming question of what happens if Islam really does move up to welterweight. There appear to be two potential scenarios.
What do you think is the most dangerous thing about JDM, and what do you need to worry about?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I'm better everywhere. People are going to say, and they're going to ready to come out like, oh, he got hands. But I think they just underestimate my hands and my striking, and I just went against the best striker in the UFC, and Leon Edwards, so-called. I train with the best striker in the UFC, Ignacio Balmendez. I train with Yair Rodriguez. Both these guys, if you've seen them spar, you guys seen it, they're a different level. So when I have a guy that's basic, and Jack, who's just boxing, right? He has really good hands, he has good power, but he breaks a lot of these guys down because he hasn't fought anybody like me. His biggest weakness is his experience. He's never been in a big fight like that. He hasn't had a pressure fight yet. He hasn't fought a pressure fighter yet. So for me, I think I'm going to go in there and I'm going to walk through him like I thought I was going to do to everybody else, and I've done everybody else.
Your next fight, I mean, Jack, what are you thinking about with this fight?
I think stylistically, I'm better than him everywhere. He's just never been in a fight with anybody like me. But the thing with him is he's a really good boxer. He's got a long winning streak right now. I think he's on a 12-fight winning streak.
Don't lie this time. Tell us how the Jack fight's gonna go.
I'm gonna outbox Jack. I'm not gonna shoot one takedown, and I'm gonna show him the meaning of Canelo hands. I'm gonna show the UFC fighters, the fans, that I'm the best boxer in the UFC, the best boxer in the welterweight division. Trust me, you guys want to tune in. Don't miss it.
25 minutes later, and unanimous decision. Belal Muhammad.
First, Belal could lose his upcoming title defense against Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 315. This would clear the path for Makhachev to challenge for the welterweight title without having to face his training partner. Alternatively, if Belal retains, we could see one of the most reluctant champion versus champion fights in UFC history. Or perhaps one of them would make the difficult decision to change weight classes to avoid the conflict. Adding another layer to this story is Khabib Nurmagomedov himself. The UFC Hall of Famer recently shared training photos from Sildi Village, writing, "Gathering high in the mountains in the village of Sildi has begun." Is this intensive preparation for Makhachev's next lightweight defense? Possibly against Justin Gaethje as suggested by Javier Mendez and Ali Abdelaziz? Or is Team Khabib already preparing Islam for a welterweight campaign?
The pay-per-view, the impersonator got exposed once again. I don't know if his fans don't really watch his fight, or people are just like confused when they just hear this moron talk and they just listen to the stupidness that he says, and they're like, oh man, he must fight the way he talks. He has to be crazy. Like you said, he's an impersonator. When he gets in the cage, he's scared. People will say, oh man, he's so calm, cool, and collected. He fights like a scared dog. He does not want to get hit. He doesn't want to get in the trenches. He doesn't want to go to war. He doesn't really want to get hit. Like he's afraid of it. He's fearful. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his eyes. Even when he walks out to his stupid song, he wants to act like he's tough and cool, but it's not. And even after the fight, where you just got exposed again, you embarrass yourself, you got beat up for 5 rounds, and it's, oh man, fans, I'd do it for you. I'll break my nose for you guys any day of the week. Shut up. He's selling you guys, and you guys are buying it. He sucks. I've been saying it forever that he sucks. He's not good. He's not a champion material. His biggest success is fight weeks, when people will comment about the stupid stuff he says at media day, and people want to hear more outlandish, stupid, racist stuff because they know he's going to go crazy with it. That's the most exciting thing for him, because when he gets to the fight time, he sucks. I'm glad I just exposed him, broke his nose.
While the Team Khabib situation simmers, Belal Muhammad isn't short of other potential rivals. He recently unloaded on Sean Strickland following UFC 312. What did we learn yesterday? We learned Bully's always right. I've been saying it forever. Sean sucks. He's trash. Talks a big game, but he never walks. Muhammad didn't stop there, adding, he wants people to say, he's crazy, he's nuts, he's not. He's just a racist little clown that's hiding in the body of a fighter. He's a coward. These comments show Muhammad is comfortable playing the villain when necessary, which might make a potential fight with Makhachev easier to sell if it ever comes to that.
So now, this is pretty interesting. Looks like we might be getting Islam moving up to 170 to take on Belal. That's my guess. If we get that, then what do we get at 155? Do we get Ilya Charles? Do we get Ilya Gaethje? Let's see. Should be fun.
So where does this leave us, fight fans? Is the brotherhood between Belal Muhammad and Team Khabib truly fracturing under the weight of championship ambitions? Or is this simply another case of social media drama manufactured for clicks? What we do know is that Islam Makhachev wants that second belt. Belal Muhammad is preparing to defend his newly won title, and somewhere in between lies one of the most compelling storylines in the UFC today.
When I first got the fight announced from Dana White, I was over there in New Jersey training with Islam for his fight when he was fighting Poirier. And then like they announced it, and I'm like, Habib's like, oh, come with me over here, train. And then he's just killing me, like literally like throwing me around, and then I'm just like getting murdered. Then my coach tells me, hey, you see Dana White announced you got the title fight? And I'm looking at myself like, really? All right.
What's crazy is he's still in his prime.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. Like, he get out 29-0 in his prime. He's like, I'm done. I made a promise to my mom.
And do it on top. No injuries,
Nobody
nothing.
does that. Nobody does that.
Only the greats, right?
Will gold prove thicker than water? Or will this alliance survive the ultimate test? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing situation. This is UFC Breakdown, and we'll see you next time.